everyone, this is Donnelly back at you once again. And someone left a comment a while back asking me to do a video. How is it that I manage to stay motivated? How is it that I don't lose hope and that I never give up and that I refuse to quit? Well, I'm going to first start off by asking you guys out there, how many of you play the lotto? Or maybe you play the Powerball. And why is it that you play? Well, we all know that the odds of winning a jackpot and being on your way to being financially secure or being financially free, well, the odds are certainly stacked against us. Maybe it's like 1 out of 276 million. Those are some pretty slim odds, right? Well, I would assume that you play, I even play, just because there's a little bit of hope that you would come home with the winning jackpot. Well, that's the same mentality I have when it comes to finding a relationship, to finding a good job. Even though the odds may not be as slim, they are certainly stacked against me, just like I'm sure they are probably stacked against some of you out there. But I still manage to find out hope. It's like I still manage to play that lotto, even though the odds are certainly stacked against me. And so that's the kind of mindset I have when it comes to moving ahead in life, finding success, finding a job in my desired career field. You've got to find that hope and you got to stick to that hope. But it's not just hoping. You've got to find ways to motivate yourself to ignite that hope even more. And so how do I motivate myself? Well, I'm going to first start off by saying this upcoming Monday could be quite a somber day. And the reason why I say that is a year ago, this upcoming Monday was the first day of my summer internship as a business analyst. And I'm going to say this, the day before my internship, I went out there and I exerted myself hardcore. I went out, almost did 31, actually I think I did close to 31 miles of jogging and hiking, accumulating over 10,000 vertical feet of elevation gain. Would I even dare do something like that before I had to go to work at my current job? No, sirree, because I would be fatigued. I would be fighting to stay awake. I would not have the mental stimulation. It would be like dragging butt. It would be a matter of survival, and I would just, those 8 hours would feel like 36 hours. But how did I manage to do that the day before my internship? Well, because I was so excited about the fact that I was going to be doing something like, wow, I can't believe I can't believe this is actually happening. I can't believe that I'm doing something that I feel good about, that I'm going to be contributing to a team, to an organization, and helping other stakeholders out. It was like a night and day experience. And so I would certainly hope that those 8 weeks was not the highlight of my life. And so that's where my motivation is coming from. Like I mentioned in my previous video, I certainly don't want to grow up and be that old, disgruntled man because they made a regretful decision because of giving up or quitting. And I can certainly be assured that being an old, disgruntled man is not going to help when it comes to dating. It's going to make women run for the hills. So what's really motivating me is I certainly don't want to be stuck doing what I'm doing now in another couple of years, for another 5 years or 10 years, especially when it's got a high turnover rate and a lot of people are quitting. I mean, it's pretty much the kind of job that a lot of students do just to get themselves through college. And then when they're done through college, they move on, whether it's interning or moving on to like their desired career field. So I know a job is a job, but when you're working the same kind of job you dreaded back when you were 18 years of age, yes, I remember back when I was 18 working a similar kind of job and I would dread it. Oh man, it was like, yep, you're clocking in. Oh, those 8 hours felt like 15, 16, 20 hours. Yeah, and now fast forward 30 years, a master's degree, 4 years active duty service, and having done a previous internship, yeah, 8 hours can sometimes feel like 36 hours. And I certainly don't want to be doing something like this for the rest of my life because I would know for certain I would end up being disgruntled because I gave up, because I gave in to the haters. No, you've got to find that thing that motivates you. And I am motivated because I don't want to be doing something I dread the rest of my life. I don't want to be a disgruntled person when I'm older. That's what's motivating me. That's what's giving me my hope. And despite the odds, even though they may be slim, it's like the odds are, that chance is there. And that chance gives me that hope to carry on. And so I can go on a whole spiel about like what happens once I get in my desired career field. And then of course people are going to be like, well, what if you get fired or this or that or this? And it's like, okay, well, enough of that. The point is, you got to try to find hope wherever you can. Adopt that mindset of like playing the lotto. Yes, the odds are certainly against you, but there is that chance. Just like in many things in life, it's kind of like you got to play the lotto of life. So, and then you've got to find motivation. If you're doing something you're not enjoying, if you're doing something that you completely dread, use that as motivation to really kickstart, your progress into whatever you want to get into. And so with that means I want to continue to build on my portfolio, continue to work on those projects, taking in the knowledge I'm gaining from, watching tutorials, but making sure I'm not getting into tutorial purgatory, but actually being proactive and applying my skills and making sure I'm working on my networking, because I want to be a person that in a few years from now, I can be like, I'll enjoy what I'm doing. I'll look forward to Mondays. I'm not like dreading some time clock, and I can be like, I can go and like eat out and sit at the bar and start mingling and interacting with people. And then I can let those chance encounters happen. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to try to fulfill a quota and be like, oh, today I'm going to try to talk to 10 women. No, I'm just going to let those chance encounters happen. I may be like out in the trail. I'll be like, oh, look at that view. And if a conversation evolves from that, then so be it. So just kind of letting things happen naturally. But first things first, I got to get myself into a position in life where I'm confident about myself. I feel good. I'm content. And then let the natural positive energy radiate, and then let everything else happen naturally. No chasing women, no being this disgruntled old man, because I'm not going to let that happen. I try to find hope, as small as it may be. I try to capitalize on what I find dreadful and turn that into motivation. I turn this dread that I want to avoid doing for much longer into motivation. And so hopefully you guys out there, whatever challenges you may be facing, whether it's your age or being on the spectrum, and yes, I highly do suspect I'm on the spectrum, like I mentioned before. So yes, my age and spectrum do present its challenges, but I'm not going to let that stand in my way to success. So hope you guys can find ways to overcome your challenges, find ways to find that hope, capitalize on what's making you just happy, turn that into motivation to work on ways to get you in a position in life that you can be more happy and less dreadful, less regretful, so that you don't turn into, like I mentioned in my previous video, that crotchety old man or woman. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Peace.